Reading Test 9. Reading Passage 1. Crop Growing Skyscrapers. Letter A. By the year 2015, nearly 18% of the Earth's population will live in urban centers. Applying the most conservative estimates of current demographic trends, the human population will increase by about a billion people by then. An estimated 109 hectares of new land, about 20% larger than Brazil, will be needed to grow enough food to feed them if traditional farming methods continue as they are practiced today. At present, throughout the world, over 18% of the land that is suitable for raising crops and use. Historically, some 15% of that has been laid waste by poor management practice. What can be done to ensure enough food for the world's population to live on? Letter B. The concept of indoor farming is not new since hothouse production of tomatoes and other produce has been in boom for some time. What is new is the urgent need to scale up this technology to accommodate another 3 billion people. Many believe an entirely new approach to indoor farming is needed, employing cutting-edge technologies. One such proposal is for the vertical farm. These are multi-story buildings in which food crops are grown in environmental controlled conditions, situated in the heart of urban centers. They will drastically reduce the amount of transportation required to bring food to consumers. Vertical farms will need to be efficient, cheap to construct, and safe to operate. If successfully implemented, proponents claim vertical farms offer the promise of urban renewal, sustainable production of safe and varied food supply through year-round production of all crops, and the eventual repair of ecosystems that have been sacrificed for horizontal farming. See, it took humans 10,000 years to learn how to grow most of the crops we now take for granted. Along the way, we despoiled most of the land we work, often turning verdant natural ecozones into semi-arid deserts. Within that same time frame, we evolved into an urban species in which 60% of the human population now lives vertically in cities. This means that for the majority we humans have shelter from the elements, yet we subject our food-bearing plants to the rigors of the great outdoors and can do no more than hope for a good weather year. However, more often than not now, due to a rapidly changing climate, that is not what happens. Massive floods, long droughts, hurricanes, and severe monsoons take their toll each year, destroying millions of tons of valuable crops. Letter D. The supporters of vertical farming claim many potential advantages for the system. For instance, crops will be produced all year round as they will be kept in artificially controlled optimum growing conditions. There will be no weather-related crop failures due to droughts, floods, or pests. All the food could be grown organically, eliminating the need for herbicides, pesticides, and fertilizers. The system will greatly reduce the incidence of many infectious diseases that are acquired at the agriculture interface. Although the system will consume energy and will return energy to the grid via Medani Meden generation from composting non-needable parts of plants. It would also dramatically reduce fossil fuel use by cutting out the need for tractors, plugs, plugs and plugs and shipping. Letter E. A major drawback of vertical farming, however, is that the plants will require artificial light. Without those plants nearest the windows will be exposed to more sunlight and grow more quickly, reducing the efficiency of the system. Single-story greenhouse have the benefit of natural overhead light. Even so, many still need artificial lightening. A multi-story facility with no natural overhead light will require far more. Generating enough light could be prohibitively expensive unless cheap renew, renewable energy is available, and this appears to be rather a future aspiration than a likelihood for the near future. Letter F. One variation on vertical farming that has been developed is to grow plants in stack trays that move on rails. Moving the trays allows the plants to get enough sunlight. This system is already in operation and works well within in single-story greenhouse with light reaching it from above. It is not certain, however, that it can be made to work without the overhead natural light. Letter G. Vertical farming is an attempt to address the undoubted problems that we face in producing enough food for a growing population at the moment, though more needs to be done to reduce the detrimental impact it would have on the environment, particularly as regards the use of energy. While it is possible that much of our food will be grown in skyscrapers in future, most experts currently believe it is far more likely that we will simply use the space available on urban rooftops. Question 1 to 7. Complete the sentence below. Choose no more than 2 words from the passage for each answer. Write your answers in boxes 1 to 7 on your answer sheet. Indoor farming. Number 1. Some food plants including blank are already grown indoors. Answer the number 1 is tomatoes. Number 2. Vertical farms will be located in blank, meaning that there will be less need to take them long distance to consumers. The answer, the number 2, is urban centers. The answer, the number 2, is urban centers. Number 3, vertical farm called as midden from plants and animals to produce. Answer number 3 is energy. Number 4, the consumption of blank will be cut because agricultural bicycles will be unnecessary. Answer number 4 is fossil fuel. Number 5, the fact that vertical farms will need blank light is a disadvantage. Answer number 5 is artificial. Number 6, one One form of vertical farming involves planting in blank which are not pigs. Answer number 6 is Troyes. The most probable development is that food will be grown on rooftop blank in towns and cities. The answer, the number 7 is rooftops. Question 8 to 13. Do the following statement agree with the information given in reading passage 1? In boxes 8 to 13 on your answer sheet, write true if the estimate agrees with the information. False is the estimate contradicts the information not given if there is no information on this. Number 8. Methods for predicting the Earth's population have recently changed. The answer, the number 8 is not given. Number 9. Human beings are responsible for some of the destruction of food producing land. The answer, the number 9 is true. Number 10, the crops produced in vertical farms will depend on the season. The answer, the number 10 is false. Number 11, some damage to food crop is caused by climate change. The answer, number 11 is true. 12, fertilizers will be needed for certain crops in vertical farms. The answer of number 12 is false. Number 13, vertical feeding will make plants less likely to be affected by infectious disease. The answer, the number 13 is true.